It's a new month, and you know what that means. We have a new cookbook to explore. The September 2025 pick is here, and this book is full of inspiration, full of learning, and what's most important, it's full of fun. We are going to learn to cook together. The book is here, and now it's time for the big reveal. Welcome to the Amy Learns Cook Kitchen. So before I reveal what September's book is, I want to take a look at our book for August. We cooked out of the Bake from Scratch series. This is basically a magazine, and they published an annual with all the recipes from the magazine out of that year in an annual volume. And so far, there are 9 of them. So if this is your first time joining us for the Cookbook Club, we pick a cookbook every single month and we cook out of it each week, 1 recipe. So we cook 4 recipes out of the book just to get taste and flavor about the book and what we can learn from it, right? So we've been cooking out of Bake from Scratch, and I have had an amazing time baking out of these books. I can tell you that I don't really want to let these books go, because I feel like you can become a pretty good baker baking through these books. Now, I am not under any kind of, weird thinking that I could get through these books in a month, in a year. This is like a year-long cooking, 2 years in one of these books, right? But we picked out some fun things and we had a great time, right? So this is what the cookbooks look like. And each month, each year that they come out, they contain the recipes that appeared in the Bake from Scratch magazine. They're over the top. Everything we made was absolutely fantastic. And I will let you know what I learned. So when I first picked up these books at the beginning of the month, I was actually really intimidated because they are amazing. And my baking skills are not there, right? I'm learning to cook. I in no way bake as well as these books look, right? And I thought it was going to be a complete and total disaster cooking from these books. Whoop! Because I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. I didn't think I was going to be able to. These are they look fairly advanced. But as I was getting through these books, it wasn't bad at all. I actually am really proud of myself in how I performed, because this month I learned to make buttercream. Mm-hmm. I've made it before. At a cooking school, I took a weekend class one time, or a one-day class, and they taught us how to make buttercream, and it intimidated me even worse leaving that. Because they had me put the powdered sugar in there and put the pieces of butter in there one by one by one, and it mixed forever. And I thought, and it didn't come out that well. I thought I was never going to be able to make a good buttercream. We made 2 buttercreams, and each time they were fantastic. So this month in August, I learned how to make buttercream, right? A very good buttercream. So if you take a cookbook and you start cooking from it and you only learn 1 to 2 techniques, I think that is a total success, because you build on those over a year, over 2 years, and next thing you know, you're a competent baker. I also made a pretty good cake, because I can tell you, I have not been very good at making a basic cake, because I'm always comparing it to a cake mix which is engineered to give you a mouthfeel that everybody loves. And it's very hard to replicate that in a home kitchen because you don't have the gums and the stabilizers and the gelatins and what else they use. Lord knows what else they put in those cake mixes. You don't have that. So it's difficult to get that same moistness, softness, not dry, all that stuff in your home. And I did that this month. So we started out with the confetti pudding cookies. And I wanted to start out something that was pretty easy. I can make cookies fairly well, though not all the time. But I do have some cookies that I make that are better than what I could buy anywhere. And I wanted to ease into the cookbooks. I didn't want to overwhelm myself. And let me tell you, it was a great start. Those cookies are better than what I can buy in the store. If I go into like a sub shop, or I go into a grocery store and I buy cookies off the rack, those are better than any of those. They're actually better than a lot of things that I've had at a bakery. So that was a success. That confetti pudding cooking is now permanently on my roster, right? So at that point, I was ready to dive into a cake. Help us all, right? So we made the vanilla lemon poppy seed cake, triple layer. And I was really surprised. That's the first time that I really made a good buttercream. The cake was fabulous. The lemon curd, which we are going to do a lemon curd recipe, or that recipe. It was a great cake. It gave me a lot of confidence. So if you want to start with a cake out of this book, that is a great one. It was absolutely delicious. It was a winner all the way. So then we moved to the pumpkin snickerdoodle muffins, and they were good. I had an issue with the streusel, which just separated from them when I baked them. I probably would rework that and see how I can improve on that. The cupcakes were good. The next day, they were fantastic. It's like they set up, they got a lot moister. And I would say if you're going to make that recipe, bake it the day before and save it for the next day. And they're absolutely fantastic. So I think that recipe is a winner with the little tweaks. And finally, we did the perfect fluffy vanilla cupcakes with the vanilla buttercream. These were 100% a hit. These were 100% perfect. They were absolutely delicious. The cake was delicious. The buttercream was delicious. That's the second recipe that set me off to say, now I'm competent to make buttercream. They were delicious. We ate those. I screwed it up a little bit because I overfilled them. The instructions say to fill them all the way up, and it crowned too much, and that crown, the ring on the top, under the side of the crown, stuck a little bit to the pan. So we remade them so they didn't puff so much. They were great. The buttercream was great. The vanilla paste, Eric said he would drink that right out of the bottle, right? So I learned through this process that I am capable of making a good cake. I learned how to make buttercream, and Eric learned that he loves vanilla paste, right? Mm-hmm. So I say bake with scratch. All these books are a 100% Amy Learns to Cook shelf buy. This is a winner. An absolute winner. All these books, if you want to teach yourself how to bake, start collecting these books. I'll put links down in the description. They're a winner. They will make you a better baker. Okay, so the September 2025 Cookbook Club is here.
Yay.
Eric's sitting here with very much anticipation. What do you think it would be?
Reveal it.
We've got fall coming up.
Yeah.
I've spent a lot of time going to factory outlet sales, including the FTT. And you saw this book already once when I did a haul, right?
Are these hints?
Yes.
Ooh, I don't know. What is the FTT?
for the Creuset, right?
Ooh.
And I did some Staub and all that.
Ooh.
So the cookbook pick for September 2025 is America's Test Kitchen. Cook it in your Dutch oven.
Yay!
We are going to be doing some Dutch oven cooking for September. It's going to allow us to put those Dutch ovens that we purchased over the summer to use, and it's going to set us up for fall for all that comfort cooking. We have a ton of stuff to go through in this book. So this is the book, Cook It in Your Dutch Oven from America's Test Kitchen. It covers a lot of stuff about Dutch ovens. It gives you like the background of the Dutch oven, how to use it, what they're good for, types, tips for using, hack your Dutch oven. And it starts with some recipes. I already have some marked that are potentials for us. This is our book for September. Don't know exactly yet what we're going to cook, but I can guarantee you it's going to be delicious, right?
Yummy.
We are going to put those Dutch ovens to work. So get out your lodges, get out your Le Creuset, get out your stove, get out whatever kind of Dutch oven you want to use. The link for this book will be down in the description. Cooks, we are going to be cooking it in our Dutch oven. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned. We're getting ready to have a lot of fun for the month of September.